Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gatah. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering ATP Toronto. We made it to the second day of the second round. Pop into the comments and let me know what you guys got going on for tomorrow or even for tonight. And keep your eyes peeled for the pin comment and see what I'll be playing. Yeah. So if you do like these breakdowns of the matches, please give this video a like. It goes a long way for me. And if you'd like to get these slips for my pinned comment as soon as they get uploaded, you can subscribe. If you are feeling generous for any wins that you do get, you can always check out the link in the pinned comment. And we also have a free Discord as well if you want to just hang out with the community. We got some great people in there. It's respectable and great picks. So hop in. The community loves it. We'll see what we got for today. Before we do that, simple question. Drum roll, please. What are we looking like for today? Today, no takers for my certified smoke, but we still have an active ticket. We updated the pick that we had for today. We took out Popperin minus 5.5 on the game spread, and we popped in Nicholas Arsenault over 7.5 games. It was plus money. I switched it last minute because I looked at the footage of this kid, and I was like, this kid is going to get at least 8 games on Popperin. And he got 9. The max I could get him for was 8, but I would have took him for 9, but it is what it is. We're still waiting on Thomas Mahacha's money line against Riley Opelka. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he gets it done for us. I'm feeling pretty confident about it. With that being said, we can hop right into round 2. We don't got to sugarcoat it or beat on the bush too much more. We can get right up into it. First match first. We have Andre Rublev going against Hugo Gaston. Which is funny to me. Because I think Rublev just played against a lefty in good form. And it was Lerner Tien. He lost in straight sets. Completely melted down in that second set. And Bellucci ended up giving up in the first two games of the third set. So he won by default, but he lost the first set. Came back and won the second. Can't say he looks great because he didn't fully win the match. So Rublev, money line against a lefty, I would say why not? But if there is a person out of the top few people that can cause an upset, it's definitely our boy here. He's on a 2-match losing streak. Showed up in DC just to lose after losing in the semis in Los Cabos. We'll see how far he gets here, but I don't think he gets too far, given how he's been adjusting back on the hard courts. And then next, we have Flavio Cobolli going against Alexei Galarneau. Here we are. And this is going to be their first head-to-head. As you can see, I didn't really care to give you head-to-heads on Rublev and Gaston. But as far as form on the hard courts this season, Galarneau is looking better. He is able to get rid of Rinderknecht in straight sets. I think he can get a set on Cobolli. Him to get a set is probably plus money. So, let me look into that right now for you guys. Come on, guys. Don't do this to me. All right. So, it's even money. Minus 105 for Galarneau to get a set. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at it. Cobolli is 4-8 this season on the hard courts. Galarneau is 21-14. Same winning percentage, 57%. Cobolli's slightly higher, 58.3. Don't care. I think Galarneau can get a set. If he can get straight sets on Rinderknecht, if he can get past that serve, I think he can do a decent job against Cobolli. He'll be moving around a bunch, but I think if he can strike the ball, his match was late last night, so I only got to see a little bit of it, but he was playing well. Next we have Inchakete, Boo, going against Lorenzo Sonego. They have no head-to-head history so far. Sorry for the pause. They have no head-to-head history so far. Boo is 6-9 on the hard courts. Sonego 7-7. He lost in straight sets to Arnaldi back in DC. And Boo made it to a tiebreak with Minaur. Not bad. That's a bit more promising than Sonego, honestly. But I don't know about this one, to be honest with you. Do the books even know? Let's see. Sonego is the slight favorite, minus 130. Boo is an underdog at plus 105. Yikes. I think Boo can get a set. I mean, at the very least, the boy can get a set. It's minus 275. The spread for the game is going to be 1.5. I don't like that. Total games is at 24.5. It's a bit too steep for me. I would like it at 22. For these type of guys, sure, it can go to that, but that's just more or less banking on 3 sets. If one person starts to slip up a bit. Oh, man. All right, so yeah. Next, we have Alex Vukic going against Cam Norrie. And these guys have played each other once before on the indoor hard courts, almost 10 years ago. So, no real sample size. But Cam Norrie did win. Vukic is kind of on a stinker, but he played decently well. Won in straight sets against Martinez, which was kind of given. He had to have won that match, right? Like we said before. I don't think he gets past Cam Norrie, though. Being quite frank. I don't think he gets past Cam Norrie. And Norrie's the favorite at minus 240, so I could see Cam Norrie doing it in straight sets. Played pretty well against Nakashima. He beat Billy Harris and Musetti on the hard courts already this season. He's 8-9. Vukic is 5-10. I think a straight setter from Norrie can do the deed. Straight money line though is decent as well. And we know very little on how he does against lefties. Vukic, he hasn't played against many recently, at least. Yeah, so this switch of pace for him is going to definitely fuck him up. I think the left hand experience is going to definitely do him in. He hasn't played a lefty in ages. So I think it'd be really. I'm a bit more confident on Cam Norrie actually winning in straights now that I see that. It's plus 110. And Cam Norrie's got a bit of a history on the hard courts here, or am I mistaken? Am I mistaken? He made it to the third round in Montreal 3 years ago, but 2 years ago. That was about it. He didn't do too well 2 years ago. He went against de Minaur first round. Got about 9 games out of him. Not bad. But that was de Minaur, so, I mean, that's fair. I think he can get it done here. I think he gets it done. Next, we have Francis Tiafoe going against Wasuke Watanuki. And they have a 1-1 head-to-head right now, with Tiafoe losing in their most recent head-to-head earlier this year in Indian Wells in a straight setter. Crazy. Another ATP 1000. What do we think happens here? Is there some get back? One thing that happens in every match of theirs is there's only 2 types of sets, a tiebreaker or a 6-4 set. So let's check out this market real quick for that. I'm sure they have a tie-break market for this match, which probably won't be worth very much. It's plus money? What? It's plus 110. I think this guy can get to. All right, let's look at how they've been playing. So Tiafoe lost in straight sets to Ben Sultan in a tiebreak, and Watanuki, sorry, he's been winning in 3 setters. I think he gets a set off Tiafoe if that's what you're asking. He's done it before. Tiafoe is the favorite at minus 330. And he just lost to the guy earlier this year. What are the books doing? What are the books doing? We'll see if Tiafoe's here to play. I'll be sitting back and watching that one. I think Watanuki can get a set, though. For sure. It's damn near even money. But tiebreak is plus money. If you want to go for something a little safer, close to the plus money, take the set for Watanuki. Yeah. Then what do we have next? Whew. Brandon Nakashima going against Ethan Quinn. These guys have played each other earlier this year. Literally just last week. The day after I was in DC for the tournament, they played each other in the second round. Nakashima won in straight sets. It could be a tough day for Ethan Quinn here, unfortunately. We just lost a week ago to him. I don't see much of an improvement happening against Nakashima there. He lost to de Minaur pretty close. It was a tough match. I think it was a long match too, so he battled it out with de Minaur. I don't think this guy would be able to battle it out with de Minaur as hard. So Nakashima minus 240 on the money line. 2 Americans. We'll have to see here. Ethan Quinn has been surprisingly good, so he's not one to fully count out. Maybe take him on the spread if the spread is appropriate. Plus 3.5. I would rather it be at 5.5, honestly. At an alt, if possible, but, you know. Can't have what you want all the time. So we can move right on to Tristan Boyer and Jakub Mensik. Now these guys, I don't think they've played each other yet, but what I do know is that we have not seen Jakub Mensik in a minute. Not since Wimbledon. When he lost to Flavio Cobolli in the 3rd round, right? So we have Boyer, who is 24 American, 10-4 on the hard courts. And then we have Mensik, who's 17-6 on the hard courts. He is a 22. His win percentage on the hard courts is 22% higher than Tristan Boyer. Just that alone. Tristan Boyer is minus on his win record this season. He's 15-22. Mensik has 15 losses only this season and 28 wins. So playing a lot better, but it is his first time back on the hard courts. Last time he did come off the hard courts, he won Miami. Beat Djokovic in straight sets in the final. I just can't touch him. You just can't trust it until you see him back on the court, bro. Just can't trust it until I see it back on the court. I obviously think that Mensik wins, but what's obvious? You know, he's minus 750. Boyer might be able to cover a spread, if that, right? So I would see how it goes. See how he's looking out there on his first match back on the hard. All right, and next we have interesting head-to-head. We have Gabriel Diallo and Matteo Gigante. Both 23 years old, but we have Diallo having the home court advantage, being from Canada, playing against the Italian. They're about 95 or so ranks apart from each other. About 99, honestly. And, Diallo won in their last head-to-head. It was earlier last year, and the Canberra Challenger won in straight sets. But before that, the year before in 2023, Gigante beat him in qualification round of Wimbledon. So beat him on the grass. We're off that, though. We are on the hard courts where he does have his win. Now, Gigante is 8-4. He won in the three-setter against Buena. Told you he was going to probably get it done. Told you. And then we have Diallo, who lost to Ben Shelton pretty hard. So, what do we think with that, right? We have a dude with a home court advantage, but he is going against a lefty who just lost to a lefty in straight sets. Granted, you know, Ben Shelton is a higher tier lefty player, but 6'3", 6'2", did him in pretty dirty. He broke him, what, like 3 times? With only 6 total return points out of 42. So, yeah. Getting broken 3 times is not the wave. So we'll see what we get here with Diallo. This is also his first time. No, it's not. These guys have both played a match or so on the hard courts. This will be his one at home. I don't know why he's such a heavy favorite here, given he just lost to someone with their left hand, who's a left-handed player, and it seemingly, maybe I'm looking at that too deep, but yeah, he beat Ugo on the grass. Ugo wasn't playing great though. Other lefties has he beaten? He beat Cam Norrie, so it's not really. Maybe it was just Ben Shelton. I would go with Diallo. I would root for Diallo here, but him being at minus 350, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it. And then if you take Gigante, maybe his spread is decent, palatable, even. Oh well, fuck me. Yeah, 3.5 is what it's at. I would alt it down to plus 4.5. I have a bit more of a brain cell to just think that he covers that closely to someone if he does end up getting hot. So I think he can keep it maybe 6-3, 6-3 close. All right. Now, what do we have next? Next we have Mackenzie McDonald going against Yuri Lehecka. And I think Yuri was in DC, was he not? Well, not very long. If he was. Yeah, he was. He played against Minaur. The third round. Mackenzie also lost to Ben Shelton in DC. One thing about Lehecka, he's been playing in 3 setters so far. Mac McDonald, I don't know if he's going to be the guy that puts him to a third set. David Goffin pushed him a bit, but Goffin's not looking like the way he was a few years back. Smith, cakewalk, straight barbecue chicken, and I don't know. I think Lehecka gets it done in straight sets here. I think he beats him, obviously. He's I'm sure, a heavy favorite in this match. If I can find him. Yeah, minus 275. That's actually not bad. I think Yuri beats him. Yeah. They have no head-to-head history. Mac is 12-7 on the hard courts. Yuri is 12-6. The records are pretty close, but there is a 5% difference in win rate. I'm sorry. Yeah, 5% difference in win rate with Lehecka leading. But a 63% win rate on the hard courts. I think Lehecka gets it done here. Mac was playing well, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Mac was playing well in the match he had earlier yesterday. All right, next we have... Oh, wow. ADF and Quarantine Moutet. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina going against Quarantine Moutet. What the fuck? I was really hoping these guys wouldn't be playing each other, man. Not so soon. Of course. ADF is beating Moutet every time, but this was 4 years ago. Over 4 years ago, and on the clay, back-to-back, in Rome. Doesn't matter anymore. Moutet, he's been coming into these tournaments looking fucking good. It's been going pretty crazy. Same with Alejandro. Came in smoking. Does he do him in on the hard courts as well, beating him in straight sets? Does he ever let Moutet get a set off of him? What do we think? We see how hard this guy plays. He went through 2, in my opinion, better lefties. Moutet is very good, but I don't think he's better than Tien or Shelton, and he got rid of both of those guys in straight sets. I would love to see him get further in this tournament, Moutet, but I think the buck really stops here. I think it staunchly stops here. Fokina is minus 200 to win. So, it's a decent price point. And also, he is coming from DC, being in the semi-final position, being in the final runner-up position. So, we'll see if he actually wants to come back and play hard. I think he seemingly does. He doesn't lose in the first or second round too often. We don't really see that too often from him. Unless it's a true threat to his ability, like a Yuri Lehecka or a Taylor Fritz. I think he's in form on the hard courts. I think he's ready to go. Do I think he does it in straight sets? I don't want to be the one to tell you that. I'm not want to be the one to tell you that one. But we can move right along, though. That's what we can do. We can talk about Arthur Fils going against Pablo Carreno Busta. I can find him. There you go. These guys have played each other once before. It was in Barcelona earlier this year. Feast won in straight sets. He's been dealing with some injury, right? Yeah, that stress fracture in his back. So this is the first time we're seeing him back. Should mean that he's good to go. I wouldn't put any money on a guy who's just coming off a back injury. They have him at minus 280. Pablo gave a pretty good performance last night, but Liam Draxel was actually getting really lucky under pressure. He was making a lot of errors, and so was Pablo, but that was his first match back on the hard courts. I think in that last set, he woke up and he got it together. And like those last 5 games, those last 2 games of the match were really long and really like emotional. But I watched it. I think he looked good, and I think going against someone with a back injury, I think he could at least cover a spread or maybe even get a set. Him getting a set would be minus 140. Not bad at all. So we got quite a few things on here so far, but let's keep on pushing. We only have like 4 more matches, and I want to keep getting back to watching these matches that are going on as well. I see Mahachin Opelka going in. I see was it Tien and El Chapo going at it. I don't even know who won the first set. It was in a tie break. Okay, but we'll carry on. Then we got Stefanos Tsitsipas going to get a Stefanos Tsitsipas going against Chris O'Connell. This is their first head-to-head, and this is also going to be the first time that Stefanos has hopped back on the hard courts after retiring from Wimbledon in the first round against Valentin Royer. He is 9-5 on the hard courts. He's got a 65% win rate. O'Connell is 11-8 and a 58 win percentage. I don't like the matchup. O'Connell has gotten some reps in on the hard courts. Going against someone coming off an injury, I'd stay away from it. I'd just stay away from it. All right, we have our recent champion. Our next one. We have Alex de Minaur going against Francisco Comesana. And these guys have never played each other, funny enough. I feel like Comesana is like the way he played against Junhor. I think he thought he was still on the clay courts, but he was moving great on the hard courts. He was sliding hard as hell. He was doing drop shots. He was playing really well. I liked how well he played, but I don't know if it's going to be any match for Alex. Alex de Minaur is a different breed of beast. And I don't know if he's ready for that. This guy is, if he's not labeled a hardcore specialist at this point in time, like Medvedev, he should be. Because of what we saw there, that was true gangster. Tien won the first set. Let's go. Cash Tien. Set spread. Anyway. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth touching the spread for this even. de Minaur is coming back. He's intending on winning. I'm sure of it. So, how much is he worth though? Minus 1,400. So if you put down like 3,000, when you get 200 back. Anyways, we'll move on to the last two. We have Fabian Marozsan going against Felix Auger Aliassime, who does have that home court advantage. Welcome back to Canada, Felix. We have not seen him since Wimbledon, second round. Has he been getting right? Has he been practicing? Has he been in Toronto, adjusting, getting ready for this tournament? Who knows? He's 14-6 on the hard courts this season so far. Played pretty well. Made it to the finals in Dubai, where he lost to Stefanos Tsitsipas in straight sets. Didn't make it too far in Miami. Lost in the third round against Moutet. Made it to the semis in Doha as well. Won Montpellier in the indoor hard courts in February. Won Adelaide as well. So he's got a few wins, few cups, championships this season, and runners-up as well. But this will be his first time back on the hard courts, coming back from the grass. Marozsan's played a Canadian already, back in DC. Diallo lost in straight sets, but other than that, he's won every match in straight sets. Ben Bonzi and Hugo Dellien, both Frenchmen, if I'm not mistaken. So, he's Bolivian, sorry. But yeah, I think Marozsan might be able to get a set here. You know, Felix tends to give up sets sometimes. It's been a minute since we've seen him even playing, so the rust could definitely be there. It's minus 200 for Marozsan to get a set. The spread is at 2.5. It going to 3 sets is plus 110, which means they think it's pretty plausible. Sit back and watch that one. For me, at least. I'm going to sit back and watch that one. And last but not least, we have Roberto Carballes Baena going against Taylor Harry Fritz. And these gents have played each other never before. This will be their first head-to-head, but RCB has won 6 on the hard and lost 6 on the hard this season. He's got a 41% win rate going against Taylor Fritz, who's 15-6 on the hard courts, having a terrific season so far. He is 32-13, and Roberto Baena is 13-16. So we just saw him in DC losing 3 sets to Fokina. Ugo Carballes gave up in the second set, retired. So he got a bye. I think this is where it goes for him. Taylor Fritz is going to annihilate this guy in straight sets. I'd be super surprised if he takes a set off Taylor Fritz. There's probably not much in it for you guys to take Taylor Fritz. I'm sure he's a stupid favorite. Same as Minaur, minus 1,400. So if you put 3,000 on it, good luck. Yeah. We can look and see what the spread is. 5.5. 4.5 is minus 225. It's plus money for the 5.5 though. Total games is at 19. I would say it goes under 23 games to be super safe. Or actually under 21. I don't see it going 7-5, 6-4. Nah. No way. No freaking way it gets that close. So, and they just took it right off the board. Smooth off the board. They must be listening to me. Wow. Okay. Well, I'll find it somewhere. That does conclude all of our picks for tomorrow. Hopefully that wasn't too long. Sorry if it was. I want to get a good look at what we have here and get back to these games and watching them as well. Make sure you guys put into the pinned comment what you guys got going on for tomorrow. I'm super stoked. You guys have been giving out some super good picks in my Discord. You guys know what you're talking about. Love to see that. I love talking about tennis as well. So if you guys just want to talk about tennis, the Discord is there too. People love to just talk about it. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one, most likely. I do work tomorrow, but I should be able to get the video around the same time for you guys. Being as though everything's on my time, it's really hard to make this shit because the matches be going on during the day, so it's a headache. But I like it when it's early. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Excuse me. I'll catch you guys in the next one, okay? Peace.